Hello, welcome, Kindred Collective. My name is California, and today we're going to do a little holiday check-in on what's going on with our connections for the collective. This is a collective reading. There are no guarantees, but I thought we would do this as a little holiday bonus since this time of year with all of its relationship centric things going on, can sort of make us a little blue. So I'm going to use the Bluebird Lenormand, and the spread is very big. These are little cards, but it's a big spread. So I'm going to see how this works. Anyway, so without further ado, I've been shuffling it for a while. So I am going to just cut once. I just heard, usually I cut 3 times, but they said once. And so I'm going to go ahead and set this out. I just don't know if I'm going to have enough space. So that's the book. I'm going to move this over a little bit, sorry, and probably get this out of here. 1, 2, so crossroads, anchor, mice, flowers, fish, garden, birds. Snake, ring, stork, tree, stars, key, child, gentleman. So we finally have one of the counterparts showing up, but look how he's all the way on the side and he's looking off the page here. Okay. Tower, right under that snake. Heart under the ring. House. Interesting. Cavalier. This is an unofficial character when I read this. Lilies. Lady. So this is the mature lady. She's also looking away from this younger man, but I like that they're in proximity. Fox. Oh boy. Cross. Clover. Letter. Bear, moon, birch rod, dog, ship, scythe, mountain, coffin, gentleman. See, and here's the mature gentleman. He's way at the bottom and he's looking the other way. He's looking the same way the mature lady is, but so he would have been sort of at this spot if I had enough space. And here's the young lady. Okay, I'm glad that, okay, the ones that, so the spread, basically I would have put these 4 cards would have gone under here, and then there's always 2 left over. One is clouds and one is sun, which is interesting because they're both atmospheric. So this is tricky because the last time I did one of these for the collective, it was clear that something was happening. It was clear that sort of karmic energy had come in and was kind of I just got the phrase vomiting all over um, the connection. And it was, what I will say is that the gentleman has been ahead of the um, feminine for at least a couple of weeks now for the readings that I've done. It doesn't mean that he's successfully traversing things. It just means that he's dealing really, he's in the thick of things, I will say. He's in the thick of things, and she's like, wait a minute, how did you get there? Because the feminine has been so solid for such a while and has been in control and understanding and waiting and watching and stuff. And then all of a sudden, over these past few weeks, the gentleman, the masculine, has sort of taken the lead unexpectedly. But the way that he's taking the lead is uncomfortable, because there's been a lot of karmic energy. Now, what I love, though, is that he now he's got the cross just below him, and he's got the birds, or kind of communication right above him. He's also flanked by the garden and this child. So he's got some really sort of positive, well, very positive energy around him. But then there's this fox that is sort of blocking him from this mature lady. They also have their backs to each other. So ideally, we'd at least have them in the same row and looking at each other, or something like that. And she's been loyal all this time. She's been, she's still maintaining. I'll just say she knows that the key is to the connection is coming, but she also feels this fox energy too. And she's also got this birch rod. So it's kind of like the birch rod for her is where the fox is for him. And it's kind of like the Princess and the Pea, where you've got that, one little thing that keeps getting after you. Now, again, if these were sort of where they're meant to be in the spread, kind of here, we have some tough energy that thankfully is on this side of the spread from all of the counterpart representatives, because we have the gentleman and the older gentleman with the younger lady down here. Everybody is gravitating on the right side of the spread, which is what you want. And this sort of stuck energy, this sort of rebirth kind of, but we don't know what it is energy, the bear and the moon, it's thankfully that's kind of past that restarting blockages and all this stuff. And so we're kind of coming up this way. And there's a lot of good energy here. I mean, we've got the stars, the key, we've got, the fish. I always think of that as the lots of fish in the sea, that that's somebody having their eyes open, that, they can make other choices, that there are other choices to have. You've got the garden here. You've got the ship, but then you've got these Princess and the Pea. You've got the scythe, the fox, and the birch rod kind of still trying to weigh down these people. Now, the interesting thing is that what's coming up is you're kind of getting maturing out of this young energy of sort of regurgitating and dealing with childhood issues, sort of that young man, who the man about town kind of. Now, usually I get him with the Cavalier. I usually use him for that man about town thing. But because we've got the mature man coming upwards, I feel like this is the young man realizing that he can't, that he's just got to, kind of level up a little bit. We've also, it's interesting because the lady kind of flip flops. She's able to balance much better her sort of youthful spirit with her wise spirit. The gentleman here is directly relating to childhood, um, grappling with things like we always do. I mean, the anyway, that's what he's dealing with right now, and it's bringing in some good memories, which is really good to see. It's helping him stave off this fox energy. Maybe he's congratulating himself a little bit, taking some time out to think about the fact that this fox, this scythe, can't touch him anymore. It could be because he's found a little spirituality. He's separating himself. He's listening to other people, but he's not connecting it to the feminine, because he's got it's like that's where the mountain and, say, the bear, for example, are real blockers. He's got sort of minor blockers, like he's keeping a buffer in between himself and his thoughts of the feminine. And she's still being this loyal, kind of trying to stay in his periphery. And she's kind of wondering, how long how long is it gonna take before, because they're here together, where she's younger and he's the younger feminine and the older man. They're here together, but again, they're not looking at each other. um there's some kind of cushion here. It's probably for the best. It's, helping clear the negativity, whatever's residual of that. The snake, the really karmic stuff, is way over here. That's good to see. The mice are way over here. That's good to see. But I don't like that they're above stuff. But to me, that's again this sort of flushing out of some of the negativity. But there's still work to be done. The heart, the ring are over here. The tower, again, way over here, is really good. But we've got some really good energy way over here too, which is the letter, the heart, the ring, the house, the stork, the anchor. There's some really solid stars, kind of here. The flowers are good. The lilies are good. But the sort of the cherry heart energy is way over there. So it just feels like there's some disconnect here, which I think maybe we're feeling in general in the collective. But it is things that are being worked on. But I do see that there's sort of a maintaining of the feminine, and the masculine is really just trying to shake off whatever is residual that's kind of keeping them from getting to this communication, to kind of walking in the garden free, clear-headed. This fox has even given up on her. I mean, he knows. So that's why I'm concerned, because he's pointing towards the cross, and it's like that's why that feels like karmic to me, especially with the scythe, because of course we know the cross will win. We know the light will win, but the it's like, well, I didn't get anywhere over here, so now I'm going to go after this, and it makes me worried about what might be coming for him. He is above it, but if he sits too long in this child energy, he might become susceptible to it, especially because the mature gentleman is way down here. So that's what I see. Everybody's on the right, the more positive side of the board. The karmic energy is being dispelled, but there's still a big buffer here between the counterparts, and they're not looking at each other. They're still in their own little worlds and kind of ignoring each other. Let's see. I'm gonna just grab, I don't usually do this, but let's just see if we can get a little pep talk here. Okay. Tell us something good. Tell us something good, please. Tell us something good about this. Oh, well, we got the, and I just bumped the camera. Sorry about that. We got the Princess of Wands. Tell us something good. And here's, okay, never mind. I don't want to distract myself in the middle of talking. Tell us about this gentleman. I'm putting her with the lady because I feel like she's that holding and looking out and continuing. Tell us something good about this gentleman, the young gentleman, please. The moon in reverse. Yeah, things have been revealed. Like he's not in shadow. He may be working through shadows, but he's not sitting in shadows, if that makes sense. And one last message before I sign off, please. Thank you. Strength. We just need to keep on. I mean, he's wrestling with this bull, and that bull is angry, but he's got control of it. So we can't let our guard down, but we can continue to do just exactly what we're doing to tame, I'm hearing, to tame the situation. Okay. Well, and the Fool is on the bottom. So what I'm getting with this is Happy New Year. Yeah. Stay strong. Stay strong. Okay. Happy holidays, everyone. Bye.